Yeah. No one ever. You don't have to have a standing by chair.
No.
Say that, I don't. I invited all to the council, so I just said to him. He hasn't said out to me. To be fair, I ain't prepared.
Time, so yeah, time.
I've turned it off. I'm a professional, man. Time is it, Carol?
7 o'clock.
Right, we'll start then. Right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for coming. Notice is hereby given for the 17th meeting of the trustees of the Old People's Centre, Fitzwilliam, which obviously will be held in the main hall, which is here, commencing from 7 o'clock. To transact the following business. I don't think you've all got an agenda, so I'll just quickly go through the agenda, then we'll go back to it. Obviously, number 1 is apologies. 2, declaration of interest. 3, minutes of the previous meeting. 4, to discuss ways to improve the Old People's Centre. Notice different lost names here, Old People's Centre, Fitzwilliam Centre. 6, to discuss outdoor seating and planters at the Old People's Centre. 7, date of next meeting. We don't have any other business because there isn't any other business. It's basically about this place. Okay? Right, can you all hear alright? I'll just let you know anyway, we are being recorded, but it's not the audience, it's just us who's under scrutiny. Right, so item number 1, apologies for absence.
Just Councillor Hardy.
Right, yeah. Understandable, probably. So, apart from what we've declared on the councillors thing, any declarations of interest? No. Right, minutes of the previous meeting, have you all got them? Anything arising from them? Can we have a proposal to move it on then, to resolve it?
I haven't got minutes. Have you? They're on table.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought that was agenda, but it's not.
No, there's only 2 agendas, but everybody should have a minute. I'll give you a couple of minutes then to read it. I need to change my coffee supply. That tastes like tea. Have you all read the minutes now then? Carol?
It's mindfully. Yeah.
Yeah, can we have a proposer? Seconder?
I'll do it.
So, right, number 4, to discuss ways to improve the Old People's Centre. And obviously I'm going to open this up. Right? But myself and Councillor Bacon, who isn't here tonight, I don't know what's up with him. We've been discussing, along with Andrew, what we've decided is, when we had it set up like a conference, it looked absolutely bang on. But what we did also discover is all these at side here is taking up space. So we want to move all these at bottom end here to open it up more and partition it off. Now there's been a few, the partitions like they've got up Emsworth, way too expensive. We're looking at £5 grand. So what we came up with was a simple thing like a curtain on a track. right? Which would be what price will that? Roughly about.
In the region of 500.
So that, you know, that'd be like 500. But Scott, bless him, he has come up with another solution.
I mentioned
Oh, sorry.
a member of
Yeah.
staff.
A member of staff has come up with another solution. He can knock a partition wall up with plasterboard and 3B2 for how much, Andrew?
Around 650 to 700 pounds.
All right, so just a bit dearer curtain, so that'd be, you know, that'd be up for us to choose. But obviously it means moving all these down. So if anybody's got anything in here, you don't want to move in down, you know, we'd like to know. Because believe you me, they're getting moved. We need space. You know, them tables when it's laid out. Sorry, yes.
Chair, can I just say you can't make that decision in this meeting because that then has to go to the council. You cannot say it's being moved. That would mean to go to the council to ratify.
Right,
So
okay.
you can suggest it, and that's we can vote on it, but then it's to the full council.
Yeah, sorry,
We're
go on,
here
Dan.
as trustees, we're not here as councillors.
Yeah.
It's in the governing rules, it doesn't go to full council, it goes to trustees. Yeah, it's trustees, not the council.
The item on the agenda, Chair, is to discuss. To discuss it.
Yeah, we're going to discuss it, okay? So that's what we propose anyway.
Can I just ask about people who use the group invited to the meeting?
Sorry?
All the people who use all these, have they all been invited?
They have, yeah.
Because I want invited.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but I'm not allowed to contact you. You know, I don't send the invites, it's the council.
I sent through Facebook on social media.
Yeah, well, that's, yeah, I'm sorry again, but you know, that's not my job. I'm not allowed to contact anybody.
Well, who's invited them for the meeting? As a group that uses it, that's what I'm saying. If I've not been invited, other people who use these facilities, obviously, they should be invited as well, shouldn't they?
Yeah, go on here, sorry.
I don't know if the clerk can clarify it. I don't think it's necessary to invite people to the meeting. It's just a question of the agenda is put on the date. And then if people want to come, then they can come.
That would be the requirement, yeah.
I
I
think
mean, we've got a
it's
lot
good.
in this room, so
Right.
they're going to be moved, do you know what I mean? On this class.
Well, what I'll suggest it then is ask the clerk to contact all the user groups and inform them what we're planning to do. Before, you know, before we make a decision on it. But like, I saw MHA this afternoon, they definitely know about it. But they're in Bradford and they can't make it. Yeah?
Can I just ask Chair, so this curtain, this plasterboard, where would it intend to go?
Well, from where this thing is here across.
Until about
the
6.
fire exit.
Right,
Until about
obviously we're not going to block the fire exit off. You know, we're not thick. We're going to keep...
Excuse me, Chair, can you please answer in respect?
Well, yeah, we have to respect, let me answer them. We're not going to cover the fire exit, obviously.
And you know, like I said, from there to there, so that's what you
No, it's going to cross, no, it don't indicate that.
Can I just clarify, Chair? Yeah, no, the measurements we've got are from this here till about 6 foot shy of that wall and then back to the back wall.
Still,
But you are actually blocking the fire exit as it is. That base wall thing should not be there. If health and safety came, they would straight away say that you are blocking.
Well, that's not going to stay. We're going to move everything over into a nice, tidy state.
You're not doing it now, so.
could I suggest, sorry, Chair, could I suggest that if we do agree to it, pass it, that it is checked first, that it is correct, because it's not only about blocking fire exits, it's about the flow to a fire exit. We are going to work where things are not blocked, but you're suddenly changing the rules, and it may not, it may make a difference. It would need checking.
It's the playgroups in here, the playgroup in here. So if they've got young children in and the helpers, I'm trying to get, if it's, I don't know, if it's restricted there, trying to get everybody out. If there's a fire in that kitchen, we're on dodgy ground. Trying to get everybody out.
It needs to be checked by fire and health and safety and fire brigade. They'll advise them.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Well, let's not get evidence in here. I've just said it's not even decided yet. We're going to let the users know. We haven't decided yet, so. But obviously, anything we will be within regulations.
Chair, I'll consult the health and safety, our health and safety advisors.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd get to check that what we're doing is legal as well.
Sorry, yeah.
So could we have the firing, check? I'd have to be simply sorry.
Can I just put a third suggestion in here? Just throw it into the mix. Instead of going hard, well, taking a quarter of the room out, can we not building unit? I've mentioned it before. Can we not do a built-in unit from here to here, all the way across, bring the TV out slightly, as in like a built-in unit, and then just put cupboards in said space. It takes up less space and less room being consumed, but it doesn't affect the fire exit.
Well, I think all that can be discussed if we decide to do that, to be honest. Like I said, it's only to discuss, we're not deciding anything tonight.
Yeah. Is it the chairs that are a problem as well? Or the
It's
chairs down here?
storage, it's storage.
Just storage
It's
for
all
The rules, is it?
this is what we're,
A lot of it were left, just left in the centre from full bank to Cobra. It just basically come dumping ground. And obviously the full bank have been saying for months, well for the past few years, that it is just a dumping ground. Like no one knows whose certain units there, there's just stuff everywhere.
So could you not get, sorry, so could you not get to all the groups who use it, right, so we're having a clear out, hire a skip, and say, right, these 3 days is when the skip's going to be here, you come, if you want it, you get it put away where you should do, in your cabinets or whatever, but if you don't want it, skip it.
I mean, that's why I like the idea of just doing built-in units across, because then you give every user a built-in unit,
Yeah.
and then the cabinets can go.
That, Vicky, is exactly what I said 20 minutes ago. Then I got shouted out saying you can't do that.
so
said that
on
20
the
minutes ago.
rules and
I didn't hear you,
regulations,
sorry, I didn't hear you say about
Yeah.
the skip.
No, they should skip, no, let the
No, I've
user,
just said
let
the skip.
the, these might be user groups, I'm not going to throw them in skip. I've said let the user groups know if it's theirs, come and move it, or we're going to move it. And I've got to say, no, you're not allowed to move it.
No, what she said to Becca was that there's a lot that's just being left over the years by different people. So if it's being left and it's not being used for a year or it's just there as a dumping ground, which Becca said, then skip it. If nobody claims it, skip it.
That's brilliant, but then we'll get a user group saying what you took my cupboard out for. We've got to let the user groups know first before we do anything.
I think I'm not making myself clear. What I'm saying is invite them to say that we've got a skip here for 3 days and come, and if you've got anything that needs to go in it or anything that's yours, please lock it away or put it out of the way and put a notice on. But anything else, skip it. If it's not being used, like you say, Becca, there's things being left and just absolutely accumulated over years.
Right.
Then skip that. Sorry, I didn't make myself clear.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Carol, yeah.
So I found a document today, I've just got to Andrew, so I don't know if this is up to date, so Andrew's going to look at it.
Yeah.
But it does state about storage.
Yeah, not allowed, yeah.
Yeah, so Andrew's going to check that and get back to us. If that's okay.
Obviously, it takes I mean, the football, table football, we can't expect them to take that and bring it back every time they use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's something. Now, my suggestion is and all, I've already asked Andrew, do user groups have to sign a form? And is that form, is there any T's and C's on it? And apparently there isn't, Andrew.
I can't see any evidence, but
Because I think now we need, every user group has to sign for, you know, using the room, but on that agreement, there's T's and C's, like, you know, you cannot leave stuff all over, you've got to leave it clean, this, that, and other. But we've had a lot of false allegations, especially with my Wednesday club, it seems to be personal. There's a group every Thursday says they come in and they have to wait 20 minutes before kids are outside because they can't get in because it's untidy and tables left. I can clearly say that is false and that is a lie because I know for a fact at 20 to 1, 3 members who come here start cleaning the place up. I'm putting the tables away. And they rule that for me because I'm disabled and I can't do it. So that is totally false. And it needs, you know, you need to sign to these. Which brings me on to another thing with the T's and C's. Actually, being a negative response, that has made it a positive one. Because I want to know is why, who's watching the children when they're outside? And what ratio of children to carers or guardians there is, because again, if anything happens, we're liable, aren't we, Andrew?
It depends on the
Right.
so,
Are you on about the playgroup or the youth group?
I don't know who it was.
Playgroups don't have a ratio, which is the children are under the care of the parents, not anyone specifically. So you're not taking responsibility for anyone's children when running a playgroup. They're under the responsibility of their own parents. So you're not under a 1-to-4 ratio. But 1 to 4 is only for 0 to 5. If you're on about the youth group, I think anyone over the age of 11 can go on 1 to 10. And I'm pretty sure there's 3 youth workers that work at the youth club here.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Well, it definitely needs looking at that, because when, I know he's not here, Jason came down, I told him about that, and he said, don't worry, my ratio to guardians, to children, is, I think it's 5 to 1, 5 kids, 1 guardian, which I don't...
It goes dependent on age group.
Right.
Doesn't age.
But for playgroup specifically, you're not responsible for other people's children.
But saying that though, I mean, put it on social media saying kids are outside and it's unsafe.
I don't agree with kids being outside, Kev.
Well, that's what they've said, because this room's left a mess and it isn't.
I mean, there's always been kids running out in and outside from...
But if kids are outside with the parents, how is it unsafe for them? How have we made it unsafe for them if they're with the parents?
Well, if it's from the children's group and there's kids outside on the road, then that is their parents' responsibility. And then it's the parents' responsibility, not the actual group itself. You're only allowed to so far tell people what they can and can't do when they come to a group. You have your own group rules and then you expect other people to abide by them. But if you're outside and you're letting your kids run it round, the group itself cannot be held responsible because you've not told them to go out and let the kids play it round.
No. But you're missing the point. The point is, it's bad publicity saying we're leaving it in a mess when we're not, and it's unsafe. And I know, I can guarantee now with fact, when I lock up on Wednesday, anybody can come in here and use it, anybody. Because it's spotless. All the tables are put away, the chairs are put away and everything. There's no reason for the children to be out there. And it wasn't only that. They went, last Wednesday, there was a funeral in here, a wake. And again it was on social media, couldn't get in, what a mess. Now, I'm telling you, I come up at 5:30 to lock up, and that allegation again is totally wrong. Right? And somebody actually put on social media, no, you're wrong, it was awake. But no, it weren't, no, they're doing it for me, it's every Thursday I have this. And they even said they put the bloody bin outside the things outside. Now, I'm telling you now, they were in here, a young family, a young lass had died, there were a grieving family in here, not one thought, let's go out there and put that bin in front of their doors to come.
I'm not debating anything like this, Kev. I'm not saying that you've left the room untidy. I'm not saying that you have, but I'm telling you, when it comes to a community group, the community group are not responsible for children being outside.
Well, I think we need to look at that. That's why I think we need terms and conditions.
Can I ask, do we have to sign in and out of here for fire regulations?
Should do, yeah.
We should do. So I think it would be worthwhile. I mean, there's quite a few people here tonight. I know a few faces, so if there was an incident, yeah, I could know a few faces, but I don't know a lot of them.
I've already raised that when I came, that there wasn't a
We need a signing in book and signing out. We've got one at community centre. I get everybody to sign in and out of my centre, so I really do think we need it.
Well, is that for every event?
Yes.
Right.
Everything.
So, I propose then you do it down at Water Park. Not just it.
That's a cafe bar. That's different.
But you don't say there's people in, you need to know who's in. Sorry, go on, Carol.
You said the same for pubs as well.
We've had this discussion before. Becca, all of us have had this. Becca, like you said, who knows us to your groups?
You've got your own.
You've got your own thing. Kev knows us to his group. You've got become mandatory at end of town council as well.
I'm just saying tonight.
No, it isn't.
Council
No,
meetings,
tonight.
we should have to sign in. In fact, some councils don't.
Council meetings.
Yes, this is
Right,
a meeting.
That's what I'm saying for
This is
But
a meeting.
Carol, you didn't, you just said, Kev said, is that for everything? And you said, yeah.
Every event.
I would. To be safe.
What's
Well, like I said before,
When you walk in
What's wrong
registers.
about doing it?
there's no wrong about doing it, but it's vice versa. If you're asking a group to sign in, then other groups should be signing in at Pemsley.
They do.
They don't.
When I have a group of the.
Right, can I just come in again with you?
I have my own register.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, then each private group should have their own register.
Right, can I just come in here on that? I'll tell you where this stemmed from, because I've been asked, right, and it really got up my nose. They said to me, why are you having surgeries down here when you're supposed to represent in the west and south? Right? And I said, one reason, I've lived here all my life, I paid me precept all my life, only live down the road, and it's a Ward 7 council meeting, not a South. Plus, I get people from South West down anyway, on a regular basis.
I have not brought it up for that
Nobody
reason.
said that.
I have not brought it up for that reason. I take offence at that. I did not bring it up for that reason. I'm looking in here. We sign in our council meetings up there. I know a few of you. I don't know a lot of them. If there was an incident, can we all guarantee that all these would get out safely?
Can you get a water park if you go in water park?
It's a cafe
Yeah.
and a pub. You don't sign
It's still under
you
the
don't
town
si-
council.
You don't sign it.
Yeah, sorry, go on, Carol.
You don't sign into
If
Fitzwilliam
they are
Centre,
correct, with
Liquid
it being a
Spirit.
meeting, they should be signing in.
Thank you.
With it being a council, well, a trustees meeting,
Yeah.
you should have a register. Signing in as individual groups, no.
Right.
It's the group's responsibility.
They've got their own.
Yeah, it's coffee
It's the
morning.
group's responsibility to keep track of who's in their group in a building at any one time.
So can we put that?
Can we have a register for next time there's a meeting?
Yeah, we'll leave that behind, will we?
Sign it in.
Right, we'll carry on then. On the subject of optics as well, an idea has come up on the outside wall there, especially the timber one, to put timber planters up at a certain height.
Separate item again, doing that.
No, it's still on the same one. Ways to improve the centre. All right. Oh yeah, sorry. Well, that, you know, ways to improve the centre. Obviously, optics, and that obviously how it looks in here. Because like when it was set up, we took some pictures, didn't we, Carol? And it looked brilliant. Now, I've had some idiot saying to me, sorry, I've had people saying to me, you cannot hire the room out. We're not here to make money. That doesn't mean to say we're here to lose money, and we're not looking to run it as a business. You all know I've been accused of wanting to turn this into a cafe, right? Now I take offence at that because I'm not thick. There's, over there sells food, 30 yards down there the cafe's open up. I would not open a cafe up in between two food outlets, would I? It's not the point, but the amount of money what it costs to run this, if we can just claw some back, it'd be brilliant. Right? So we're not looking to make money, but just because it's a charity, it's no non-profit making, don't mean to say it's going to be 100% losing. And it's only, what is it, £110 an hour to hire that?
Yeah.
It's only £10 an hour, but all that, you know, it comes off the precept, so I can't see any problem with that. Plus we want the room using anyway. Yeah, sorry, go on, Carol.
As trustee, we should be making money to maintain this building.
Well, that's
We
it,
should
yeah.
be doing fundraising and stuff.
Yeah.
So we do have to make money.
Can I just say that, Chair, can I say that that's all depending on what the covenant actually says.
Government says we're to raise his own funds.
It may go force, but
The covenants on.
regarding making, I'm not saying anybody's suggested this, so please don't jump down the throat. But say somebody's saying, oh, let's have a discount, we'll charge everybody. You may not be able to do that. We need to check what the covenant says, so just we have things first and see what we are and are not.
All charities, as far as I'm aware with governments, have got free use of this,
Yeah.
and they've got up to 3 hours per week.
Yeah.
We've also,
Anybody renting it out, which we're trying now, we're bringing business into this centre, we're getting youths involved, we're getting a lot of things coming into this centre. if they're not charities, they will be paying. If they're local, it'll be a local fee. If they're not local, it'll be property.
Yeah.
So we are making money. It's got to make money to maintain this centre.
Yeah.
So there's charities that are constituted like
Yeah.
community.
Yeah. There'll be no charges. It's for the private things that will be charged.
So if you want them to charge, we will have to reiterate back to sorting the building out. Because not many people are going to want to rent it in the state of it.
And that's what we're saying.
That's the idea of the object.
That comes into here from Wakefield, because it's in the accounts that there's a budget for this building, isn't there? There's a budget, you know, when you look at what money's actually spent or the money that's allocated to like Sandygate, to the community centre, there is an amount for here.
Okay, come and check, so you're right, Catherine, there is yours between £5,000 and £6,000.
The budgeted amount is 8,000.
8,000 booths, and about between 5 and 6, which tells right, if it was a normal trust, we would have to fundraise that. We're lucky that the council, HTC, give stand up to £8,000. So there's money that comes in from the council. So that's why so there's money from the council. If it wasn't for the council spending that up to £8,000, then we would have to fundraise and get on the whole money itself. So in that respect, we are lucky that the council funding the general upkeep, I guess, in the general bill.
Can I just ask Andrew, because I've not seen any budget from Wakefield, this is HTC's budget?
I'm referring to HTC's budget, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if...
Yeah, but the money comes from Wakefield.
No.
Can I just come in on that one, Chair?
Please.
I think there's a point being missed here. Wherever it comes from, it's preset payers' money.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and the covenant as I read it, it's preset payers' money. People want to use this building that should pay for it. It's to offset the cost of preset payers. It's saving preset payers' money. That's the purpose of it. You know. Making money is probably a bit of not the right term. It's offsetting the cost to this council, which is essentially, whether it's from Wakefield or Hemsworth, it's preset payers' money, and that's what we're talking about.
So obviously anything that, like any groups that they're getting or any parties or whatever, doesn't interfere with the day-to-day running of the groups that are in here.
Oh no.
No.
It's got to be booked through Hemsworth anyway, so.
Yeah, it's go through the staff at Hemsworth.
Yeah. Like I said, none of us know what bookings are on a daily basis on it all depends. So if somebody wants to ride it, it's gonna class me something, obviously it's an all go.
I think they perceive the subsidy and government buildings, somebody wants to buy it, is that right? So if somebody wants to rent it out on a Wednesday when it's Kev's Coffee morning, what day, it subsides your rule.
That's not...
It says that in governance.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you're telling me we'll allow somebody to have a birthday party over a football? Is that what you're saying?
Read governing rules. That's what it says in governing rules.
I'll check.
Going on that then, common sense will prevail all the time because myself and Derek run on the same day, haven't we, Derek? Derek run one last week, a brilliant one, it was fantastic. And they rang me up and they said, would you like cancelling it? I said, no, because I can get on with Derek. I'll have my coffee morning here, Derek's lockdown was here. And it was superb, is that right, Derek? No issues at all, was it?
Can I just make a suggestion here? Because obviously, at one of the meetings that we had with the trustees, you said you were going to revisit the covenant and look at it, and because at the moment, I understand it, you can't hire it out to groups for the charge, you've got to have a donation. So, to get any money in as such, you're going to have to revisit that covenant to sort of make it so that you can hire the whole, because that's what we're talking about, that's what we need to do, and that's what we need to do, because we have to we have to raise the funds. You know, we get the money from the council, but you know, we should be doing other stuff as well. If we want to get people in, you know, like we've been talking about this partition, you know, a suggestion for that would be to come up with a plan for the partition, put the plan on some sort of show here, and use the groups to have a look at, and ask them what they think of it. Do your research for your fire regulations, etc., your costing, and then come back to us, or come back to the trustees and say, yeah, this is what we propose, are there any objections? If not, let's do it. And then look at the covenant and see what you can come up with. That seems a sensible approach to me.
At the moment, this place is just a white elephant that's draining money all the time. And it should be focal point of the village, both villages. It should be accessible and at least look the part. Thank you for that. Any more?
Yeah. Can I just ask you, Admin Joe, is it the same price per hour? If somebody from the outside of the area came in, it would be a different charge.
As far as I know, it's the same charge for everyone.
Is it the same for
Yeah, I need to double check that as well.
I thought that there would be a reduced cost for locals to hire it. Yeah.
I don't know if that's in date.
Yeah.
I've asked Andrew to check it, but it says different on there.
Right, okay. No, that's fine. Thank you.
So maybe a suggestion, like obviously for the board and see the plan and see what everybody wants. But if it's looking so tired and sad in here, why don't we get a group of volunteers together to paint it?
Well, we can paint it, the cupboards will still be there.
Pardon?
Paint it, but the cupboards will still be there.
Yeah, no, when that's on board as well,
So
when you're ready to do all of that, paint it, make it a bit brighter.
Well, I will say, and I'm not being petty, I tried to get groups to come up and help me decorate it for Christmas, to make it look festive. I got slagged down again saying, every group does their own.
Well, I did say, if it was when I wasn't working, I work full time. I'd help out at anything like that. But after work, because obviously I need to work.
So like, yeah, paint it, yeah, but it's getting the volunteers.
Legal things with groups coming in and doing
volunteers.
Yeah. Like Sean just said, and everything,
Yeah.
So it has to be.
You're looking at this, it looks like a specialist job, this, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it doesn't stop us getting the funds for it to be done.
When what last time we were decorated, Andrew, do you know?
I have no idea.
Last few years back,
What I will say again, and obviously don't take offence to this, but obviously we're trustees this year, and we're bringing ideas where we want to change things and make it more appealing. We're getting shouted down left, right and centre. It's been under the town council now for nearly 10 years. Now we'd like to ask what's been done in the past 10 years. Or it's been decorated, 2-3 years ago. What's been done in the last 10 years is accumulated cupboards. We don't even know whose they are. And the groups don't even sign. And we haven't even got an agreement. So, right. So like we said then, if Andrew contacts the user groups and say we're thinking about moving the cupboards, then get their feedback of it. Again, that was suggested an hour ago, and we said, oh no, we don't know that. And if they are empty, obviously we can move them. Or ask somebody if they want them. I'm sure Food Bank could use one, wouldn't you, Ellen? If the cupboard's there, I'm sure you could use one, wouldn't you?
I don't need any more colours.
All right.
I'm going to move that pitch freezer, that's their way, out of the way. I will never be home to.
All right.
And everything I need will be in after work.
Yeah, okay then, that's fine, yeah.
At the moment, we don't need anything.
Right, okay then.
But like I said, you come in here, it's just what's the mess.
Yeah.
It does, literally just what's the mess.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
want to have a party, you won't want to have one, all these.
Like Ellen said, when you're coming in, it does look a mess, it doesn't look
Yeah.
appealing. So when we set up for meetings, or like example, last week we set up for funeral, it looked appealing, people come in and they could see
Yeah.
potential to have parties, to have discos, because they saw the potential. I propose that this room is left set up for potential people just to walk in and say, look and say, yeah, we can have meetings here.
Yeah.
It needs to be set and formally set.
So when we first started renting this building, we all got an email. Well, we used to be kept up to date by email from the town clerk. We used to get monthly emails, and every 3 months we'd all make discuss differences. But we did have a picture of how the room had to be left after your, I don't know what you were doing, and it was, but the table had to be set out sort of like the, it's like a shoe on like this.
Yeah.
And that's how it had to be at the end. So you could change it however you wanted, but at the end of it, you left it as it was in picture.
Yeah, there is a picture up on town council's site that, yeah.
But it was more controlled on it under the last.
Yeah.
I think it's just been left a bit identical. It's a bit.
It's kind of deteriorated.
Yeah. But we were closely kept up to date very regularly via email, constantly. If there were any issues, there used to be like a big email chain and everyone would sort of be in it. And it was just kept so it was organised.
Well, sure, Andrew can keep him, can't you, Andrew?
Oh, yeah.
Like I say, I'm not allowed to contact you, so made that perfectly clear. So Andrew could contact you, keep you up to date with things. And we have brought the quarterly meetings back. Any more on how to improve the place?
Chair, spoke to MHA this morning, one of the user groups that use the centre, and they've got some funding available. What they want to do is they want to put some raised beds in front of the building to make it more appealing and to sort of make it more noticeable from passing staff, people and things like this.
That's on the agenda that day, it's a different item on the agenda, mate.
Oh, you got that? I thought it was been I thought they were grouping.
No, he moved it.
Yeah. Well, I've started now, so.
Is the agenda
So basically, you raise flower beds outside and
Yeah.
a place of doing. We've got funding.
Yeah.
We just need someone, if anybody knows anybody that does these raised flower beds or you can buy them from somewhere, then if they could let me know, or NHS people know, or the trustees know, then we can start with your, if you say that that's a good thing and that's what people want to do, then I think we should take advantage of that.
Yeah.
We could look at the workshop at bottom.
We could do, or they could knock it up at water bar.
They make all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, fill it full of flowers, poppies and stuff like that. Make it more.
Well, while you're on that, I'll just come in there. I have been in touch with National Coal Mining Museum to see if they've got, the old coal wagons, what they used to use that pit.
The old tubs?
Yeah, to see if they had an old and we could use that as a bed.
Yeah.
And that signing with history mining thing.
Yeah.
And like you said, put the red poppies in, that brings joy into it, yeah. So I've got to ring them back up tomorrow. Okay? Well, any more on that?
Can I just say, obviously, as I was coming in, it's not very secure, is it? You can't, there's no gates where you're driving in, is there? So what's going to happen regarding the security for people coming in and causing damage? I know we've had where it's been on social media where things are set on fire, we've had people on the roof, I believe, and everything. So you're looking.
What, in here?
I just know round here.
Oh, no, we haven't had it in here, no.
I'm just like saying, so you're going to make it more secure where this is.
The only problem with putting a gate on is key holder. Now, if somebody's in here and has an accident, they need ambulance to come. A key holder is going to have to come up and lock up, open up, aren't they? But I think that's right.
Because obviously, we had those benches and tables up outside Sandygate
Yeah.
and they've been set on fire, been damaged and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, I think, was it yourself?
Metal ones.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, we're all very much aware of the fires that's happened at the allotments and down at
Can I just say though, Kathy, by putting a gate on, how's that going to stop an arsonist? It won't, because they're not going to come through in a car, are they?
There is a secure garden here
Yeah.
that we can use.
I just
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
not
that's
the
a good
agenda.
idea. Youth club play football out there and play group out there, so once they all get thrown up and I know from experience the youth club in Edinburgh run by the same people that run one here and they set fire alarms off and you can't control them all, so what happens when you go inside garden?
It's not just about one group, it's about all
Well,
the
yeah, it is about all,
yeah.
but with the garden, because of it's enclosed, it is mainly used by children because it is enclosed. So that is the only safe space outdoors.
Yeah. That is on item number 6 anyway.
But nobody will see them out there, to be fair, once more front, yeah.
Oh no, the front definitely needs cleaning up and everything, but this here, I know we've spoke to MHA, they want to put 4 beds in there as well, and benches. People have to look and use this in summer, like sitting out there, and take chairs out. So putting some benches out there so that we can sit out there.
I just think you've got a play group in here that uses this building about 2 hours a week.
Yeah.
And you're restricting everybody else.
Well, it's not just a playground because you've also the youth club are in it and other groups do use outside. So it's like you've got to use it in terms of thinking about everyone and sort of the restrictions that if they're kids, teenagers, just you know, you've got to look at it from the perspective of everyone. But if they are within reach of children, then what's not to say that they are just not doing it damage?
They need to go outside. I run play group for 8 years, as you know, that ends with we don't have access to outside. We run it from one room.
I think it's just one of them now where, because the building's been left, I don't know how to put this in there, because of the users of the building have basically been left to their own devices for such a long time, there's a lot of blurred lines and rules on what, because essentially you hire this room, you hire the property, and there aren't many rules and restrictions to anything, and that's just how it's been for years and years and years. I mean, before, obviously, during COVID there was nothing in here, and then obviously Darby and Jones started back up, Derek came in, then it won't play group, then the phone back, but essentially it's just coming in, you left your own device. That's just how it was, you rented building, just do as you please, but that is classed as the garden, so like even if it is a communal garden, just for the building, you just, I mean like putting hanging baskets up, so they're not in reach of kids, they're going to get stolen. I don't think, well, because of the gates, it's a spiky gate on the side, so they get over there.
Right, I'll just stop you there because the outside area there is actually on the agenda.
I ain't got an agenda, Kev, sorry.
Oh, so I did read it out anyway. The next one, item 5, and I'm going to get slated for this, to discuss changing the name of the Old People Centre. Now, there's the paddock, the Old People Centre. It's not an Old People Centre. It's actually Fitzwilliam Community Centre. Now, we all know how this came about. It came out from miners from Kinsley and Fitzwilliam funding it themselves. I know for a fact people down Kinsley don't know that they can use this place. If you mention to them, where's the Fitzwilliam and Kinsley Community Centre, they're not going to close. They think it's Red Roof. I spoke to Sizwell before anybody used to my throat. And Sizwell said you can call it whatever you want, it's out of our hands. I spoke to the charity board, call it what you want as long as it's the same on the charity register, it's got the same number. You can't be called 2 names actually. I just thought, you know, it's an identity for Kinsley and Fitzwilliam to be together. Before anyone goes any further, I'll just remind you all, the wards used to be Fitzwilliam Ward, Kinsley Ward. And the council have merged them 2 wards together. It's now Fitzwilliam and Kinsley. Not one objected to that. But what haunting objecting to a name change at a community centre?
Well, I am against both communities because I think they both have their own separate identity. Kinsley is one village, Fitz is its own. They both have their own heritage. And I think it's it's vital that we keep both villages' heritage set. You know, we respect them both for what they are. One is Kinsley, one is I don't call it Kinsley and Fitzwilliam. One is Kinsley, one is Fitzwilliam, and I'm not the council, so obviously I don't change
it. It is now Fitzwilliam and Kinsley.
I know the wards have changed, but the villages themselves, one is Kinsley, one is Fitzwilliam. They've both got completely separate heritages. I mean, Kinsley's still got. When you think of sort of the miners for Kinsley, you think of the evictions. You've got the hotel. That's still there, the Kinsley Hotel. Fitz has got nothing now. Fitz gone. So there's nothing defining Fitzwilliam. The Fitzwilliam Hotel's gone. There's nothing really that says Fitzwilliam. So I just think that it's vital that we preserve both villages in their own right.
So that's an alternate name change.
It's not a no, Ken. I'm just saying to you, it's, you know, that we need to be mindful that they are two separate villages with their own heritage. Well, that's like saying Fitzwilliam, we'll call it ends up Kinsley and Fitzwilliam.
30 years, I've never been this. I did not know this was a day. So it should.
I've known this building has existed since being 8 years old, coming to Yulport.
I didn't talk to
So
you.
it's not a case of independent people.
What to be called England?
Well, yeah, if we can get out there and give it a vote to every single resident, Kinsley will get their claim. Everyone send a poll out to everyone.
We're not agreeing, we're not. It's the same thing, isn't it? They've all merged together and they have been for years.
But the law have separate, in Sesquill, there are separate landmarks that everyone associates with each part of the village. We don't have the pit anymore. And this building was originally built for the retired miners.
By the people from Fitzwilliam, Kinsley,
Fitzwilliam Pit.
and
So we don't have Fitzwilliam Pit.
So we're Fitzwilliam
Because we've never had a Fitzwilliam pit.
from this pit.
Never ever had a Fitzwilliam pit. We've had an Emsworth colliery and we've had a Kinsley drift mine.
It's always been known as Fitzwilliam Pit.
Yeah, Emsworth mine and social, yeah.
You've got a sign,
Yeah, that's what we're saying. It
I
won't
don't
say
want to
Fitzwilliam
cause an
Kinsley.
argument over this, I just want everyone to be mindful that, you know, we should be looking at.
Has anybody made any suggestions about the name change?
What do you want to call it?
Yeah, well, me.
What do we want to call it?
Fitzwilliam and Kinsley Community Centre.
Say again, please, Karen.
Fitzwilliam and Kinsley Community Centre.
Kinsley ain't got a community centre then?
No.
So we're not treading on anybody's.
No.
There's a resource centre.
The miners of Kinsley funded this place just as much as the miners from Fitzwilliam.
As did Emsworth Miners, Carol's just informed me.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
miners from all over every
So-
village.
yeah, it weren't
Is it gonna be
Fitzwilliam.
Emsworth
That's
as
it,
well?
you see. It weren't Fitzwilliam Colliery. It's never been Fitzwilliam Pit. It was Emsworth Colliery, and then it was Kinsley Drift Mine.
Did they,
Pit Club.
city, most of them got reallocated down Kinsley when that got pulled down, so most of the people down Kinsley are from Fitzwilliam.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
Can I just say, I mean, just simplistic view, if it serves Kinsley and Fitzwilliam, I don't see any problem in calling it Fitzwilliam and Kinsley Community Centre, because it serves both villages, right?
Most of the people down
The
Kinsley.
red room is not classed as gateway.
It was
No, it's not, no.
called Fitzwilliam Resource Centre. It was.
No, Kinsley have not got a. And that's what people said. That's when you come to community centre, we haven't got one.
So I don't see any problems there.
Yeah, sorry, Derek.
People at Kinsley got mixed up because they didn't know about this place.
Yes, Derek.
Well, Red Roof that they always thought was a community centre, not this.
It was originally Kinsley and
I
Fitzwilliam
think
Resource
we
Centre.
want to call it an old people centre.
It's
It's doing us a disservice.
Yeah.
Because it's
That's
not the
it.
fact that people look and they see that.
Yeah.
And they don't associate it with coming and hiring the place out, do you?
I mean, the name actually has been changed. It is the Fitzwilliam Centre. It's just the Fitzwilliam Centre. It isn't technically the old people. I know everyone still refers to it as the old people centre, but it hasn't been the old people centre since 2000.
So the Red Roof was previously known as
It's just to have Facebook because
What, this one?
council don't have separate social
Red
medias
Roof.
for all the sites.
Oh, Red
They
Roof.
just get to
Was
upload. They did it
originally,
one like not too
before it changed its name, Kingsley
but-
Fitzwilliam.
Oh, no interested in Red Roof. It's about,
Pardon?
no, I'm sorry, that's going off topic. We're on about this place, not Red Roof.
No, people are saying that Kingsley didn't have a community
It was
centre.
classed as,
Right,
And it
okay.
was.
Has Kingsley got a community centre?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Red Roof.
No.
well, it's a bit
Sorry, quiet light, ladies.
Right.
Vice Chair Ernie.
Can I, do you want to listen to what I'm going to say, or you want to carry on talking? Right. This building, everybody's missing the point. This building was built by the miners of Fitzwilliam and Kingsley that had money stopped out the wages every week to build this building, so when they finished the shift, they could come in, sit down, have a smoke, cup of tea and a cow, whatever. Everybody's missing that point. It wasn't built by anybody else, it was built by the miners having the money stopped out the wages every week to build this.
Nobody's saying anything.
No, but you're all going around and saying this or that. But you wanted to know why it was built. That's the way this building was built, by the miners themselves, having money deducted out the wages to build this building. So they could come home, come in here after the shift, have a cup of tea, a cow, smoke or whatever, away from the wives. That's the way I've been told.
Adding Kingsley to the name is not taking any heritage away from Fitzwilliam whatsoever.
But there's no buildings that define Fitzwilliam. There's nothing left.
Ems of Miners Welfare.
yeah.
Pit Club.
No,
But it's
Ems
still
of Miners
defined well.
Welfare is this.
And
Pit clubs a different pub.
It's called Ems of Miners Welfare.
No, this is
Oh,
called
is it?
Ems of Miners
Anyway,
Welfare.
it's irrelevant. You can call it what you want, I really don't care. But the fact that it says Ems of Town Council, Fitzwilliam Centre, sort of
Can
covers it
I
all.
just say, as trustees, we've got to act in best interest in our community, not as councillors.
But it is also, the building is in Fitzwilliam. Yeah. It's
Fitzwilliam
technically
is
nowhere
around
near
one.
Kingsley.
Chair, Chair,
Yeah, sorry, Paul.
what does the public say to it? Can they raise their hand if they want it
No, I think
to be
we
that?
all
We're just the trustees. Why should we vote on it without asking the public what they want?
But you can't do that now because there might be more from Fitzwilliam than there is Kingsley.
Well, yeah.
Show vote out, tell
Yeah.
people to come down, put what they want in a ballot box here, tell them there's a day.
I'll tell you what happened, right? As you know, I run a coffee morning every Wednesday morning,
Yeah.
right? The chairperson at Kingsley Football Ground is Tracy Lucas, right? I run Kingsley Ladies Football. She rang me and said, Kevin, can I bring my mum to your coffee morning? And I said, what are you asking me for? I said, because it's in Fitzwilliam. It's not to do with us. I said, Tracy, bring it. It's open to anybody. She said, oh, we've been told it's because it's Fitzwilliam, it's not Kingsley. We haven't got one. That's why if it's named Fitzwilliam Kingsley, people that Kingsley might use
these
it.
people are assuming they can't use the Enzo Centre as well. Yeah, because it's
Right.
Enzo.
Sorry, we're going to talk.
They
Emma
just-
Centre, like I said, Emma Centre's nothing to do with it. Emma Man's welfare has nothing to do
No,
with
I know
it.
it's not.
We're here
You're
to
saying
discuss
that someone from
this
Kingsley said
centre.
no to ask if they could use this
I
building,
think
but
put
have
a
we got
poll out
parishioners
online.
that genuinely don't
Get
think
people
use
to
our
write
building?
email Andrew in.
Will that be alright, Andrew?
So, yeah, we'll get some public
Yeah.
opinion, put some more light.
Just a point of information, that technically and legally, the building is called, and this is per the articles of the charity, it's called Fitzwilliam's Old People Centre Miners Welfare Scheme, you know, and that's what it's called, and that's the articles. And the trustees can amend the name. They can amend any article within the articles of the charity, but you have to agree it, and then you have to send it to the charity commission.
I'm not saying don't do it, I'm saying get a date out there for people to be able to come up and give their own opinion, either change the name or not.
Can we go to a vote today to change it?
No, the answer is
No,
to
we can't.
No, she discussed, not voting on anything,
discuss.
shall we? We can vote to put it out for a poll.
Yes.
I think it needs to go to poll. I think the best thing to do would be to give it out to poll, because that way the public is speaking and not us.
Can I ask how you're going to poll it? Because again, social media is not good enough. Putting leaflets up is not good enough. How are you going to poll this? Because this is an elderly village, same as Kingsley. And it's alright saying bring on notice board, where's Kingsley's notice board? There's a notice board here, people can't see it because it's not near the road, it's too far back. People, how are they going to vote? How are they going to follow?
I see where you're coming from, yeah. But not, like you said, not everyone's on social media, are they?
You've got people here coming to meetings now, they want to be involved, and you should go to the public that's here at the meetings to do the voting. They speak for their villagers as well.
The only way you could do it is a leaflet drop, isn't it? That's going to cost money to produce leaflets.
It wouldn't necessarily cost money to drop leaflets because we can ask volunteers to drop leaflets. Councillors can drop leaflets. We can ask the public if they'd like to deliver to their own street.
Can't you put it through schools?
Yeah, you could do, yeah.
It gets it out and it's free, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chair, can I? Sorry. So, you just mentioned that in the title it says miners' welfare. I think that's quite nice to keep because it does give you your heritage and where the buildings come from, and the miners having money dumped out of the wages to pay for the building. So miners' welfare, I think, is quite poignant.
We'd be getting mixed up with, people would be getting mixed up with miners' welfare. Miners' welfare.
You're coming away from.
If you look at it, it's classed as the old people centre.
You're getting away then from why this building was built.
Yeah.
The heritage of it.
We're not changing heritage, just a name.
No, I'm just saying.
But the name Miners' Welfare, you know how many miners are in the village, works at mines now? There's not many miners working. So, yes?
I'm not being funny on it, but I understand where you're all coming from, but simple fact is, my dad worked for Pitt, but he lived in Kingsley all his life, which I don't understand why it can't be Kingsley and Fitzwilliam.
Thank you. Yes?
Yeah, I
Such
agree
an
with
issue
it, yeah.
with the places being the name and call it Miners Community Centre. It's got what you want it to say, and it says it's a community centre, but it is the surrounding community.
Yeah.
That's good. That way you're not leaving anyone out. It's not down to if it fits your team, but it's down to where it's come from, which is the miners.
Ian?
If you don't mind me asking the clerk, Chair, am I not correct in saying that the 15 councillors who covered the 3 villages are all charged by the community and voted on by the community to make these decisions?
That's correct, yeah. That's correct, yeah.
So we can take a vote to either change this name or not change this name tonight.
Not tonight,
It's not on the agenda.
It's not on the agenda.
No, it's on the
We can make that decision.
The decision can be made, yeah.
So in theory, it doesn't need to go to a poll unless anybody wants to object to it and contact it.
Yeah.
Through the chair, I think the suggestion is to put it to a poll to get a public consensus on.
Well, regarding people's objections or thoughts on it, I provided a surgery the first Monday of every month in Hemsworth. Kevin provides a surgery here every Wednesday. People are entitled to come to those meetings and discuss these things with us with respect. I don't get an awful lot of people coming to my surgery with any problems, so I presume there's not been any problems there.
And I also asked if it's going to a poll, is it all 3 villages, or is it just Kingsley and Fitzwilliam?
I think it should just be Kingsley and Fitzwilliam.
Yeah.
I don't think it should come down to the community of this village. I don't. With certain things, yeah, we are liable for it, but with this, I genuinely think that it's very important to make sure that the community have an input because of the surrounding history with the building.
I mean, one of the issues we've got at the moment is a lot of Kingsley, like you mentioned, didn't even know that we could use this place. Because it's called Fitzwilliam Community Centre. It was called Fitzwilliam Kingsley Community Centre. You know that we can use it.
But I also think that comes down to poor advertising from RBI.
Anybody in Kingsley, anybody in Fitzwilliam, have to come to the Hemsworth Community Centre if you need to contact anybody in the office, get tickets for events and things like that. Anybody in this village, anybody in Kingsley is perfectly entitled to come to Hemsworth for any of the events and things like that.
a lot of it is, the website is very outdated and hard to navigate. There isn't enough networking, there isn't enough, you know, we're not going out with newsletters. I want to bring newsletters back so that, you know, we've offered to hand them out, we've offered to go post them. Because there are people that are housebound that can't get out to see what we're doing, and they're not on social media, and that we are missing a lot of people.
You know, I'll come in there again, yeah, I totally agree with that. And last year, myself and Councillor Whitehead agreed to have a meeting with all users here. The abuse we got for that was, we're going to shut it down, we were going to, what were it, make them charge them more. And all it was to get a feedback what they wanted. And the biggest come down, and they'll tell you here, is communication. So I actually got in touch with the client, I said, these are the results of the meeting, we need more precise communication. We need a notice board in here for a start, and the one outside.
I think this is an out of town council issue.
It is, yeah, you're right, yeah.
As councillors, we are responsible to advocate for parishioners. We're supposed to be going out there and making sure what they want is brought to council. We can't blame staff and the clerk because it's our job to report to the clerk.
Well, that's it, that's what I'm saying, I did report it. But all I got when I advertised on that was somebody saying, oh, he's going to put your prices up. Users even asked me, said to me, Kev, why are you going to put up his prices? I'm not. I think, well, Kev, why are you turning this into a cafe? What are you about turning into a cafe? It's a users group meeting.
I got told, Kev, I'll be honest, I was told that you were going to put prices up, and I was told you were going to make it into a cafe, but as I said to everyone, no one councillor can make any decision. So it doesn't matter if one councillor, I'm not saying you said it, I'm not saying you didn't say it, but what I am saying is no one councillor can sit here and say, I'm going to do this, because you can't. It comes down to a vote and who gets the most votes.
Yeah. The proposal you just said is what we put in last year after the meeting. And I'm sure I've still got the email somewhere, so I'll forward that on.
It's never been proposed to be as a cafe.
It all brings back to social media.
When we set that meeting, that's what they're saying. They're saying, what's meeting for?
Can I make a suggestion then, Chair?
Yeah.
Let's all work together.
We gather public opinion on this and bring it back to a future meeting to make a decision.
It's like Chelsea, are you going to gather that?
I don't, that's a practical matter, I don't know yet. That's something that'll have to be...
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is leaflet drop. You know, a number to ring. I'd just like to say also though, on the name change, there's nobody more proud of this heritage than I am. All my family worked at Pitt. I supported them through the miners' strike. I got beat up by police on the picket line, right? But the pure fact is, there isn't a mine here, there's no miners here anymore. It's not even the miners' welfare, there isn't any miners. How many people do you know who work at Pitt?
How many people do you know who call themselves miners? Because I know my dad thought himself a miner. Even though he doesn't work, he's still a miner.
The next miner, yeah.
I'm sure Councillor Dobson there says exactly the same.
Yeah.
I think it was, for me, it was more what you said about the heritage.
That's the heritage of
why
it,
the building was built. So for me, it was more the heritage. I
totally agree with that.
Suggested.
I totally agree with that. The heritage was the miners from Kinsley and Fitzwilliam.
Money stopped. And they built it. I do like the name. Miners Community Centre, did you say? Yeah. I do.
And it's not down to individuals.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
It's quite poignant, that.
Well, deciding on a name is way up. We have, like we say, have to do a poll first and bring it to council and see if we can change the name, haven't we, and make sure. Right, next item on the list then, to discuss outdoor seating, planters. That's they say out here. No, we didn't. That one outside here. We didn't do it out here. Now, as a play area, yeah, it could be. But, like you've been said, it was an old folks place. Now, old folks don't want to go out there and see kids playing football. We suggested seating in the middle there, an area to put the seating in after use, and planters outside, for not only for kids as well to get schools involved, and disabled, like me, because I can't bend down in garden, but planters, you know, planters.
Respect.
this didn't come from us as trustees or councillors, this has come from the people that are using the centre.
Yeah.
I believe it was MHA, Derek, that has brought this up,
Yeah.
asking for these things. And they use this.
They brought it up at that meeting we had.
Yeah.
They brought it up at that meeting we had.
Yeah. They've got the funding. And if they use it more than anybody else uses it.
Yeah.
I think they use it for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And they get a lot of people coming in, and in summer they like to go out there. So, no.
Well, again, it's only to discuss, so we can't take a vote on it, can we?
No.
No.
They've got the funding. Yeah.
Obviously, we can't decide tonight. Have you got to go to full council, Andrew?
Or a future meeting.
Oh, next meeting, yeah.
Is the maintenance thing put into place for this?
MHA will be doing a report for
Because
it.
basically, like weekly, they need watering, don't they? So obviously, there's got to be somebody out there that's going to water regularly.
I think you'll find that because this is being used every day at week, you've got community groups that are using it, they'll be watering it themselves. I would be disappointed if somebody come in on a Monday, a certain group, and said, no, I'm not watering it because it's not ours.
Well, toilet to do something, get an outside tap, that'd be easy enough.
We all work together, and we proved that on Wednesday with Derek. And it was nice for groups all to be joined together, same as more if we all work together. You achieve more when you work together. Am I correct?
Same today with Morris in MHA, both in here.
Yeah.
Place jam packed. But I saw the watering, the toilet blocks there, we can have an outside tap fitted there, couldn't we, Andrew, easy enough?
I would say so, yeah.
And an hose pipe, so again, the amount of community users in here, you should be able to get watered.
Yeah.
And if it ain't our volunteers to rock up and do it.
I think you'll find the groups will be doing it themselves. Yeah. I think we just put in reasons not to do it.
That's it, yeah, it's all negative, isn't it?
I've got no reasons not to do it. I just think we need to think about everyone has to be sort of involved. We need to look at, you know, do we do it as an area for children? Do we do it as an area, or do we do higher up plants, metal benches? You know, looking at it where things aren't going to get continuously damaged or broken. I'm not, you know, we need to just think about all users of the building and potential users in the future. So it needs to be done in a way that things aren't going to get broken by a ball and someone's having to keep replacing it. Or.
And I personally think if MHA want to have wooden benches and it's their funding, that is their choice. It is not us, it's their choice.
Yeah.
If they want metal benches in, that is up to them.
So are we as the council or the trust going to say to them that if another user potentially damages your property, you're going to back users?
So you use this centre as well as anybody else, so you will find that they all work together. If what we've got we share, what Derek's got he shares, what MHA gets they share, what Full Bank's got they share. It's sharing and it's looking after each other, it's being there for each other.
Yeah, what I'm saying to you is say youth club are out there having a football game on a little patch of grass and they shot a ball up, it broke one of the benches. Are we saying to users that you have to go through the group in which has damaged your property and not through us?
I would think that groups would have respect and break things.
Well, this goes back to where I said groups now have got to sign a form, and in that form there'll be terms and conditions like if you break anything, replace it.
I mean, we're just going to have to make it clear that if you break someone's property, it's nothing to do with the trust and it's nothing to do with HTC. You go through the group in which has damaged your property, not through us.
I think that's in contracts already, isn't it, about
I don't think it don't got that.
Well, I think the way forward now then is, like I said, each user group, myself included, will have to sign an agreement with the terms and conditions. Because there isn't any at the moment, Andrew, is there?
Not that I'm aware.
Now, we can go about this two ways, suspend everything until they're all signed, or let it continue and get the forms out to the user groups and let them sign while they're still using it. Now, obviously, I go for the latter, keep the place open and sign for it. Yeah,
We've
sorry.
got draft
That space is quite large. Is there no way it can be in half of it left purely as grass for the children to go out, and then the other half for plants and benches? That way you've got to split the area. There is some for everyone.
You still get the problem though, if kids are playing out there, they might kick the ball into other area.
Because you're not putting a little fence in.
Don't let it play football,
Well, again, as on agenda, it's only to discuss, so we can't decide out tonight anyway. Put it on the next agenda, can't we, to make a decision? Well, I think all these are going to be on next agenda to make a decision. Is that right, Andrew? Yeah.
Or, yeah, future agenda, yeah.
On future agenda, yeah. So, date at next meeting.
Suggest just a date in July.
A date in July. That's
yeah.
Date in July. That's in keeping with the quarterly meetings, isn't it? Anything else? Anybody?
So I would just say, if you obviously looking at tables and everything else, you'll need to update your insurance policy to let them know that you've got things outside. Because if you've got and then, God forbid, it did set on fire, you've then got damage to your building, so you need to update your insurance policy.
And that was same with storage, what people are looking at. Limited, so.
So are we going to get this up and running about changing, if they want to change the name? Is it going to be?
I'll work with councillors to get this out there, basically. And
so that obviously, you know, you've got some kind of answer.
Yeah, we'll have some feedback from public somehow. Yeah. And then it'll have to be on future agenda to discuss it in. You know, then if we do decide, yeah, we're going to change it, we're going to have to poll again, what name would you like? And I know what Mick said about the charity bits, and I already rang these up, and the charity said, yeah, as long as the number stays the same, the charity number stays the same. Yeah, you can keep it as Fitzwilliam Centre, but you can also name it Fitzwilliam. Basically, we can name it what we want.
Is it a charge for this change of name?
I don't think
documentation.
Not documentation.
Why don't you think of, I mean, there's been a few names bandied about. Maybe put them on it.
That's what I just said, we'll get the feedback. We'll get the feedback, then we'll put the feelers out again, what name would you like? Is that it then, guys? No, nothing else, right? Meeting closed now then, thank you for your attendance.
I was just going to